Hey dear soul, I just wanted you to know that military sexual trauma or MST is not a weakness, it's not your fault, and it does not define your worth, your strength, or your service. For many veterans, MST can lead to PTSD symptoms, flashbacks, nightmares, hypervigilance, deep shame and self-blame, distrust of others, especially authority or close relationships, emotional numbing or avoidance, anger, isolation, or difficulty feeling safe. Healing is possible. It is evidence-based and it can be structured. Today we're going to walk through how veterans heal MST using proven therapies, cognitive processing therapy, CPT, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, prolonged exposure, PE, and group trauma therapy. So let's start by understanding what MST does to the brain. MST is interpersonal trauma layered with a military power structure. That means it often combines sexual violation, betrayal of unit cohesion, abuse of authority, fear of retaliation, institutional silence. Neurologically, trauma dysregulates the amygdala, threat detection, the hippocampus, memory processing, the prefrontal cortex, rational evaluation. The result, your nervous system stays on high alert, even when you're safe. Healing involves retraining the brain, not just moving on. Cognitive processing therapy. Shame is one of the most powerful injuries in MST. Common trauma beliefs include, it was my fault, I should have stopped it, I'm damaged, I can't trust anyone, authority will always abuse power. CPT targets these stuck points. How it works: you identify trauma-related beliefs. You examine evidence for and against them. You restructure distorted thinking patterns. You build more balanced reality-based beliefs. For example, I caused this, to responsibility lies with the perpetrator. CPT. Reduce shame by restoring cognitive clarity. It separates facts from trauma-driven meaning. Reprocessing trauma with eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Many MST survivors experience intrusive sensory memories. EMDR helps the brain reprocess traumatic memories so that you're no longer stuck in survival mode. What happens in EMDR? You recall aspects of the traumatic event. Bilateral stimulation, eye movements, tapping, or tones is used. The brain integrates the memory into normal memory networks. The memory doesn't disappear, but it loses emotional intensity. Veterans often report reduced flashbacks, less body activation, decreased panic responses, a sense of distance from the trauma. EMDR works particularly well when shame is paired with intense physiological distress. Now, reducing avoidance with prolonged exposure. Avoidance keeps PTSD alive. Avoiding certain buildings, crowded areas, authority figures, intimacy, certain conversations, PE gradually retrains the brain that these triggers are not current threats. The two key components: imaginal exposure. You safely revisit the memory in structured sessions. In vivo exposure, you gradually confront avoided situations in real life. Repeated exposure reduces fear response over time. The nervous system learns this is uncomfortable but not dangerous. We're building trust through group therapy trauma. Group trauma therapy. MST damages trust, especially within military culture. Group trauma therapy offers validation from other veterans, shared language, reduced isolation, repaired peer trust. In a structural trauma group, you share at your own pace. Confidentiality is emphasized. Facilitators maintain psychological safety. Shame decreases through normalization. One of the most powerful healing experiences is hearing "Me Too." Group work restores connection, belonging, shared resilience. Addressing distrust and hypervigilance. Healing MST is not only about memory processing, it also includes boundary work, assertiveness training, somatic regulation, for example, breathing, grounding, vagal toning, trauma-informed medical care, safe relationship building. Trust is rebuilt incrementally. Safety is experienced, not argued into existence. The healing trajectory. Healing MST often follows phases: stabilization, emotional regulation, safety planning, coping skills. Trauma processing, CPT, EMDR or PE. 3. Reconnection. Relationships, identity rebuilding, meaning making. You are not broken. Your nervous system adapted to survive. Healing is not about erasing the past, it's about reducing its control over the present. If you're a veteran carrying MST, your reactions make sense. Shame belongs to the offender. Distrust is a survival adaptation. Healing is not linear, but it is possible. Evidence-based treatments work. Veterans recover. Lives stabilize. Trust can return. You are not alone, and you are not beyond repair.